Archangel Michael warns, someone nearby has been hiding something deeply spiritual. It's surfacing now. Today marks a spiritual crossing point, a divine unraveling, not a mere coincidence, not a random hour, but a sacred and calculated shift in the heavens above. A line has been drawn in the spirit realm, and few have eyes to see it. Few have ears to hear it. Yet to those chosen, to you, the veil is being pulled back. Archangel Michael has sounded an alarm, not with trumpet or thunder, but with silence so deafening that it unsettles the soul. This message isn't for the distracted. This message isn't for the casual listener or the doubter who quickly scrolls past. No, this word is for the awakened, for the ones whose spirits have been stirred without explanation, for the ones who have felt a shift in the air, in the room, in the people around them, for the ones who have heard nothing, but felt everything. Right beside you. Yes, very near. Someone has been carrying a concealed truth. Not a lie, but a sacred truth. A deep spiritual thing. Something they could not share, would not share, and maybe never intended to reveal. It has sat in them like a sealed scroll, waiting for divine timing to burst open. And now, the timing is upon us. It is no longer just about what they've hidden. It's about what heaven is ready to reveal. You have been positioned in this season, not by mistake, but by divine arrangement. You are not near this person by chance. You are not in their orbit by coincidence. Heaven placed you there to witness the unraveling, to discern the moment, to receive the revelation. But stillness is required. Yes, silence is your sanctuary now, because what is about to be revealed cannot be caught in noise. It can only be received in stillness. The Holy Spirit is pressing upon your heart to pay attention. The signs are no longer subtle. The atmosphere is changing. The winds of spiritual momentum are beginning to stir. You felt the weight of a secret not yours to carry, but heaven is transferring the scroll to your hands. You are the observer and the recipient. But above all, you are the one being readied for what is about to unfold. There is a power in knowing when to stay silent, and now is the time. Not because you're weak, but because you're wise. Because revelation is drawn out by reverence, not resistance. A sacred concealment is surfacing. What was hidden will not remain hidden much longer. And you, child of light, are the divine witness chosen to see it rise. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Archangel Michael is watching over you right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. His sword is drawn. His wings stretch wide. His gaze is fixed, not on the chaos, not on the distraction, but on you. Heaven has surrounded you with divine attention. The angels are listening for your movement, waiting for your alignment, guarding you in the invisible realms where this battle was first declared. There is a weight in the air. Can you feel it? A spiritual stillness, not of emptiness, but of anticipation. Like heaven is holding its breath, waiting for something to burst forth. And it is. Within the next 3 days, the unseen will be seen. The unheard will be spoken. The hidden will rise. The veil is growing thin, and the concealment is stretching. What was buried in silence is now shaking to speak. And it will speak. Do not be afraid. You are not in the dark. You are not without protection. What's coming is not a threat to destroy you, but a force to awaken you. This is divine alignment, the kind that cracks open the atmosphere, the kind that opens ancient doors, the kind that draws back the curtain of heaven and says, "Now, look and see." But not everyone is called to see this moment. Not everyone is invited into the unveiling. Not everyone can handle the weight of a spiritual revelation this deep. Only the awakened. Only the ones whose spirits have been stirred by something they can't explain. Only the ones who hear what others call coincidence and know this is divine orchestration. And if you are hearing this now, it's because you are already being activated. Yes, you are in activation. Not by your will alone, but by divine summons. The fire in your belly, the stirring in your dreams, the unease in your spirit. These are not random. These are signs. These are confirmations. You're not going crazy. You're not imagining it. You're not overreacting. You are perceiving what others are too spiritually dull to recognize. You are sensitive to what others are blind to. You are discerning what the carnal cannot comprehend. Because you, child of light, are awakening. You are rising. You are being called to attention. Archangel Michael has stationed his presence over your environment, your home, your conversations, your spirit. He has gone before you into rooms you haven't walked into yet. He has whispered into the ears of those plotting silence and revealed their shadows to the light. His presence isn't subtle, it's strategic. His assignment is to defend you, awaken you, and guide you into the revelation that's now unfolding. But hear this, within the next 72 hours, a vibration will ripple through your life. It may come as a comment that cuts 2D. It may come through a dream so vivid you wake breathless. It may come through an accidental message, a wrong text sent, a look that says too much. Pay attention. Because heaven speaks through the unspoken. The spiritual realm will move to uncover what's been long hidden, but only to the ones who are listening. Only to the ones ready to walk in what is revealed, not just observe it from a distance. This is not time for fear. This is a time for posture. Get low in prayer. Stay high in praise. Position yourself in expectation. Because you're not just witnessing something spiritual rise. You're being invited into the process. The revelation is not just around you. It's moving through you. This season is going to mark you. This unveiling is going to elevate you. What was concealed is not just information. It's your activation. And even now, the angels are shifting things into place. Not loud, not dramatic, but precise. They are rearranging encounters. They are rewiring atmospheres. They are preparing your spirit to see and to carry what's about to come forth. And heaven has declared, you will not miss it. Because this isn't just something happening to you. It's something happening for you. And ultimately, something that must happen through you. A divine unveiling is set in motion, and you have been appointed to be its witness, its vessel, and its voice. So declare it now. I am ready. I am watching. I will not miss what heaven is doing. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 666 is now surrounding you. Something isn't adding up, and deep inside, you already know. There's a crack in the atmosphere, a rupture in the spirit around you. You felt it in the room when they enter. You sensed it in conversations that stop too quickly. The tone shifts. The eye contact breaks. The energy around them changes when the sacred comes up. And your spirit flinches, not in fear but in confirmation. Whispers. Tight glances. Delays. Deflections. These are not just awkward human moments. These are signs. Spiritual shadows are moving in your presence, and heaven is drawing your attention to them. You are not imagining it. You are not overthinking it. What you feel is not suspicion. It's spiritual insight. You're spiritually detecting what someone nearby is desperately trying to keep hidden. A sacred thing, a divine detail, a concealed revelation they're not yet ready to release, but heaven has decided it's time. This person, the one you've trusted, maybe even walked closely with, they carry something ancient in their silence. A story, a connection, a spiritual reality they've been suppressing. And it's beginning to leak through their body language, through the awkward silences, through the unexplained distance. They feel your anointing, but they don't understand it. They see your discernment growing, and it unsettles them. Because deep down, they know that you know something they are trying to hide. You've noticed it, haven't you? The way their energy twists when you mention God. The way their words shift when you speak from your spirit. Your timing, your rhythm, it's off. It's hesitant. They're not flowing with you anymore. They're resisting. Not out of hate. Not even out of jealousy. But out of fear of exposure. You're waking up their spiritual guilt. Your light is exposing their concealment. And their unrest is becoming a divine trigger. You didn't ask to feel this, but heaven trusted you with it. You didn't go searching for this hidden truth, but God allowed your spirit to become sensitive enough to detect what was never meant to stay buried. This isn't gossip. This isn't drama. This isn't petty emotional confusion. This is spiritual alertness. This is prophetic discernment. This is the Spirit of the Lord tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "Watch this one closely." Your silence is louder than their speech. The Holy Spirit has been trying to get your attention, and now He has it. You can't unfeel it. You can't unknow it. Because something divine has been awakened in you. The dreams that feel like warnings. The sudden anxiety that hits when they speak. The way your body tightens when they walk into the room. You've asked, "Why do I feel like this?" The answer is this. You are not being paranoid. You are being prepared. This is a sacred disruption, a holy disturbance, a divine discomfort sent to awaken you. What you feel isn't emotional instability. It's heaven interrupting your comfort so you won't miss the message. The concealment is near, and heaven wants you on high alert. Because what's hidden isn't just personal. It's spiritually impactful. It holds weight. It holds keys. It holds influence over what God is doing in this hour. They have walked with you, sat near you, laughed with you, and yet something inside them has resisted the revealing. It's not just secrecy. It's spiritual misdirection. They've worn masks. They've walked in duality. They've been torn between light and shadow. But now, because of your presence, because of your calling, because of your alignment, the spiritual pressure on them is becoming too great to suppress. It will rise. It must rise. Heaven has ordained its unveiling. And here you are, child of revelation, caught in the tension. You are the one who feels what others cannot explain. You are the one marked by perception. You are the one who looks beyond the words and hears the soul. And though this mystery has caused you distress, do not despise the feeling. The discomfort is not a curse, it's a call. Archangel Michael stands near, sword unsheathed, spirit alive. He is not watching the drama, He is watching you. He is watching how you posture your spirit in this hour. Will you let emotion lead? Or will you anchor in discernment? Will you retaliate in flesh? Or will you rest in the spirit? Because what's coming is not just about them being exposed. It's about you being elevated. You've been assigned to perceive the disruption so you can prepare for the release. This is not a coincidence. This is not an accident. This is divine intelligence unfolding. Stay alert. Stay quiet. Stay aligned. Because what you're feeling is the first sign that something sacred is about to break forth. And when it does, you'll know. Heaven trusted you with the whisper before it became a thunder. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating via PayPal using the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. And don't forget to subscribe for more spirit-led revelations, updates, and divine insight to guide your journey forward. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if this speaks to your soul. Blessing code 888 is surrounding your destiny now. This is not drama. This is not a coincidence. This is not just emotional confusion or relational misalignment. No, this is divine warfare in motion. What you are witnessing is not a natural fallout, but a spiritual confrontation. What you are feeling is not petty tension, it is prophetic tension. And if you do not perceive this correctly, you will mistake a heavenly test for a human attack. Child of the Most High, open your eyes. Lift your discernment. The battle is not against the person, nor against the words, nor even against the dissection itself. The battle is against the spiritual obstruction that has been operating through them. Unseen force fighting to delay what heaven has already written. What they have hidden is not just a private matter. It is a block in the realm of the spirit. Their concealment is not harmless. It is disruptive to divine order. It has interrupted flow, obstructed timing, and stagnated your environment. And now, heaven is moving through you to restore what should have never been blocked. The spiritual world is real. It is living. It is watching. And right now, you are under spiritual surveillance. You are being observed by the courts of heaven, the watchers, the messengers, and the host of angels that move according to divine timing. Not to judge you, but to record your response. This moment has been written, and your obedience is the key that opens scrolls in the heavens. Every time you sense the misalignment, every moment you felt something stirring behind the smiles and silence, that was a moment of testing. Your spirit was being trained. Heaven was watching. Would you speak too soon? Would you move in flesh? Would you retaliate from emotion? Or would you wait for divine instruction? Your restraint has become a weapon. Your silence has been warfare. Your posture, refusing to expose what heaven has not yet uncovered, has become a fragrant offering before God. And because of this, your eyes are being opened further. You are stepping into the rare and high calling of spiritual discernment with prophetic timing. What you feel is no longer just intuition. It is the early pulse of prophecy. Understand this clearly. Your assignment is not just to survive this storm. Your assignment is to interpret it spiritually. You are not just observing a person struggle with truth. You are watching a spiritual gate strain under the pressure of revelation. There is something being restrained in the spirit that must be released, and your presence in their life is what is triggering the cracking. It is not personal. It is not accidental. It is prophetic. You are standing at a divine intersection, where what they concealed collides with what heaven demands to reveal. Your posture determines how the gate opens. If you write, you miss it. If you react, you reset it. But if you wait, if you discern, if you obey, then what is locked will burst forth with divine permission, not human push. This is the nature of spiritual warfare in disguise. It rarely comes with thunder. It often enters through whispers, through the heaviness in your chest, through the split-second look they give when your words pierce too deeply, through the unease in your sleep, the shadows in your dreams. Heaven speaks in symbols. The spirit realm communicates through repetition, discomfort, confirmation, and silence. And now, here you are, not just caught in the middle of a human conflict, but standing in the center of a spiritual showdown. Not because you invited it, not because you're dramatic, but because you're chosen. Chosen to see, chosen to know, chosen to carry the weight of awareness that others would run from. You may ask, why me, Lord? Why do I feel what others ignore? Why am I burdened with what hasn't even been said out loud? And heaven answers, because your spirit is mature enough to carry what would crush another. Because you have proven, through many seasons, that your heart bends toward truth. And now, God is positioning you as a gatekeeper, as one who discerns not just between good and evil, but between true and almost true. This is divine warfare emerging, not with swords but with spiritual sight, not with screaming but with strategic stillness. And if you will hold your position, if you will stay in alignment, then what they concealed will be exposed by heaven, not by you. And when it is, it will carry the power to restore order, to break chains, and to shift atmospheres not only for you, but for every soul connected to this moment. So stand tall, stand quiet, and stand holy. You are not just watching a person unravel, you are witnessing a spiritual unveiling. The truth is rising, the resistance is breaking, and the heavens are taking note of how you carry this revelation. Type "I am spiritually awake" in the comments if this resonates with your spirit. Blessing code 7744 is now breaking chains over your atmosphere. The silence is breaking. The mask is slipping. The pressure is rising in the spirit. And the moment of revelation is not just near, it is imminent. You may not see it with your natural eyes, but the spiritual realm has already declared it. The concealment will soon collide with exposure. What was hidden in darkness is now trembling under the weight of divine timing. The truth they bearing cannot stay buried. It has reached its expiration in the spirit. And within the next 72 hours, heaven will initiate an unraveling that no human resistance can stop. You've already felt it, the stirring, the shift, the unseen turbulence pressing against your atmosphere. Your emotions have been unsettled, not because of confusion, but because your spirit is picking up on the disruption that's building in theirs. There's movement happening inside them that they can no longer suppress. The words are slipping. The truth is leaking. The disguise is breaking down under the pressure of divine confrontation. Archangel Michael is sounding this as a clear prophetic alert. The moment of exposure is fast approaching, and you must be spiritually ready. This is not a drill. This is not a rehearsal. This is a divine countdown. You've seen the signs. You've received the warnings. Now you must prepare your posture, because what's about to surface may come suddenly, awkwardly, unexpectedly, and if you are not spiritually aligned, you will either overreact in emotion or retreat in fear. But neither fear nor flesh will serve you now. There is a confrontation coming. It may not be loud, but it will be loud in the spirit. It may not come with fireworks, but it will shake foundations. Whether it happens through a slip of the tongue, a dream they confess, a confrontation you didn't expect, or a message that was never meant to reach you, know this: heaven is orchestrating the exposure. And when it happens, it will not be for embarrassment. It will be for divine realignment. The truth will not just come out. It will shift everything around you. Pay attention to the pressure in your body, the sudden headaches, the restlessness in your sleep, the strange weight behind your eyes, the way your chest tightens before they even speak. These are divine indicators, not physical accidents. The spirit realm is touching your body to signal your alertness. These sensations are not random. They are prophetic symptoms. Your discernment is under heavenly upgrade, and the side effects are evidence of spiritual acceleration. What's coming may shake you. It may hurt you. It may reveal more than you were prepared to carry. But heaven says, do not fear the shaking, for it is proof that the foundation is being cleansed. The lies, the silence, the denial, all of it has created a blockage in your atmosphere, a hindrance in your purpose. But that blockage is about to be shattered, and the clarity you've cried for is about to rush in like a flood. You've asked heaven, show me what's real. And heaven has answered, then brace yourself, because real is coming. You've prayed, Lord, let the truth be revealed. And now the truth is rising, not gently, but with divine force. It will not knock, it will enter. And when it does, it will expose, reveal, and cleanse. There is no going back after this moment. Once the truth is released, the old connections cannot survive. The version of them you knew will no longer be compatible with the revelation you receive. And that is by design. God is not just exposing for your information, He is exposing for your elevation. What is surfacing is not just their hidden truth, it's your new level. The lie had to die for your light to rise. Your mask had to fall for your mantle to be activated. You may find yourself weeping, trembling, even feeling betrayed, but heaven will surround you in that moment. The Holy Spirit will blanket you with divine peace. Archangel Michael will stand beside you with his sword drawn. You will not be shaken, because you were prepared for this. This revelation was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to free you. So do not confront before the hour. Do not accuse without instruction. Wait. Watch. Listen. And when the exposure comes, respond not from emotion, but from clarity. You will know what to say. You will know what to do. Heaven will fill your mouth with wisdom they cannot deny. The moment will open, and you will step into it with grace and fire. Let the heavens be your strength now. Let the spirit realm affirm your awareness. Stay positioned. Stay aligned. Stay guarded. Because what's coming is not an end. It's the beginning of everything that's been held back finally being released. The exposure is a signal. The truth is a trumpet. The revelation is your release into the next dimension of your calling. Type I am awake and ready in the comments if this warning confirms what you felt in your spirit. Lesson code 4411 is now flowing into your atmosphere. Silence is your greatest shield right now. Not silence out of fear. Not silence out of confusion. But holy silence, strategic, sacred, powerful silence, born from obedience, not anxiety. The Spirit of the Lord is urging you, do not move ahead of heaven. Do not speak what heaven has not yet permitted. Do not push what heaven is still preparing. There is protection in stillness. There is warfare in quiet. There is divine fire in waiting. You are not being passive. You are not being weak. You are not being naive. No, you are being wise. Because when the enemy wants to draw you into a trap, he often baits you through the mouth. Wrong words spoken at the wrong time can shatter what heaven is building in the secret place. But a soul that waits on the Lord shall be covered by divine intelligence, covered by heavenly strategy, covered by Archangel Michael himself. Archangel Michael says this to you now. Let heaven do the heavy lifting. You do not need to force clarity. You do not need to chase exposure. You do not need to demand truth. You are not called to confront prematurely. You are called to prepare spiritually. Let your posture be your weapon. Let your discernment be your defense. Let your silence become a signal in the spirit that you trust God more than you trust your feelings. Withdraw from the noise. Step back from the chaos. Refuse to be pulled into the emotional crossfire of manipulation. Resist the urge to correct them. You don't need their confession. You need God's confirmation. And it's coming. It's already forming in the invisible. But if you speak before time, you delay your own reward. Heaven is watching your response. The angels are standing guard over your mouth. Will you use it to preserve the secret weapon of stillness, or waste it in premature battle? There are conversations right now you are not meant to have. There are people you are not meant to explain yourself to. There are truths that are not your responsibility to expose. And there are spiritual dynamics unfolding behind the scenes that require your absolute trust. Trust in the unseen. Trust in the quiet. Trust in the divine rhythm of revelation. Speak only when heaven speaks, not before. Heaven does not stutter. Heaven does not rush. Heaven does not act from impulse. And if you are a vessel of the Spirit, you must reflect the same. Your restraint is not weakness. It is evidence of spiritual rank. The mature speak only when the wind of God moves their tongue. And you, beloved, are maturing. You are covered. You are hidden. You are encircled in light. The fire of God surrounds you. The wings of Archangel Michael overshadow you. His sword guards your blind spots. The Spirit of the Lord is a whisper in your ear. Though you feel surrounded by uncertainty, heaven surrounds you with clarity. Though the enemy wants you to react, heaven urges you to rest. Declare this now, over your body, over your soul, over your atmosphere. I am not shaken. I am sheltered. You are not at risk. You are under divine watch. You are not vulnerable. You are strategically hidden. You are not being left in the dark. You are being covered in light until the fullness of time has come. There are conversations happening in spiritual places right now, silent exchanges between angels, strategic instructions being given on your behalf. The Holy Spirit is whispering into the ears of your protectors. The timing is being calibrated. The release is being scheduled. You do not need to beg, pack, or pursue. You need only to remain still and know that God is in full control. The silence is not emptiness. It is spiritual construction. Heaven is building something behind the veil, and your job is to stay out of the way. Every moment you feel tempted to speak, to confront, to argue, to prove, take a breath. Step back. Say this aloud in your spirit. I let heaven move before I make a move. And watch the spiritual realm respond. Your stillness is creating space for divine justice. Your restraint is setting the stage for divine reversal. And when the time comes, when heaven gives the green light, your words will carry weight. Your movement will carry momentum. Your voice will carry authority. Because you didn't speak out of pressure. You waited until you were backed by heaven. Remember, they will not see you coming spiritually. They think your silence is ignorance, but it is intelligence. They think your distance is fear, but it is discernment. They think you're unaware, but really, you're under divine instruction. And when God moves through you, it will be clear. You were never quiet because you were weak. You were quiet because you were covered. So rest now. Be still. Be quiet. Be spiritually fierce. Heaven has heard you. Heaven is moving for you. Heaven will not delay. Type "I am not shaken" in the comments if this message settles your spirit. Blessing code 5599 is now guarding your silence with power. You've outgrown the version of yourself they remember. You've expanded beyond their expectations. You've been evolving in silence while they were studying your surface, unaware that the real shift was happening beneath. And now, heaven declares, you've entered a realm they can no longer access. The shadows they used to hide behind are too shallow to contain the light that now radiates from within you. The concealment that once shook you now serves as a divine contrast to your transparency. They tried to hold you in the frame of your former self, but what they don't realize is you've been anointed for transformation. Yes, transformation. Not of appearance, not of presentation, but of spiritual stature. You are not who you were, not last year, not last month, not even last week. You have outgrown every spiritual cage that once held your voice, your discernment, your boldness, your clarity. And the veil of false peace is tearing. The illusions they've used to distract you are no longer effective. You're too awakened now. Too sharp. Too aligned. The confusion you once felt has become clarity. The fear you once carried has become fire. You are no longer asking for truth. You are birthing it. Because real power doesn't beg. Real power commands. Real power doesn't chase after confession. It carries the weight of revelation. And you, beloved, have been elevated into the realm where truth cannot be negotiated. It must manifest. Let their secrets quake in the presence of your light. Let their denial crumble when confronted by your discernment. Let their illusions collapse beneath the weight of your integrity. Because you are not battling them, you are rising above them. You are not reacting to their games, you are outgrowing their strategies. The version of you they hoped would stay small has ascended. And when they try to provoke the old you, they will find she is no longer available. Archangel Michael speaks clearly here. Do not descend to argue with what I've elevated you above. You are not called to wrestle with snakes. You are called to soar like the eagle. The eagle does not waste its wings chasing ground-level distractions. It ascends. It rises. It flies higher until the atmosphere itself suffocates the enemy. And right now, heaven is calling you upward. Away from the petty. Away from the drama. Away from the trap of reactive behavior. Let them think what they want. Let them speculate. Let them misread your silence. You do not owe them your energy. You do not owe them access to the elevation God is birthing in you. Their spiritual immaturity is not your responsibility. Their discomfort with your discernment is not your burden. Heaven is not waiting for them to catch up. Heaven is waiting for you to fully rise. Say it aloud. I rise above. I ascend now. I no longer bow to what tried to bury me. You are being shaped for spiritual authority. Not popularity. Not approval. Authority. The kind of authority that can walk into a room and shift the atmosphere. The kind that can discern truth before it's spoken. The kind that can remain still while storms rage, knowing that the angels move at your silence just as powerfully as they move at your command. They cannot hold you anymore. Their concealment cannot withstand your clarity. Their masks cannot survive your new mantle. Your energy has shifted. Your frequency has changed. You no longer operate from trauma. You operate from truth. You are no longer defined by what you lost, but by what you've learned. And what you've learned is sacred. It's sharp. It's spiritual. And it's dangerous to the darkness. Heaven is sharpening you, refining you, turning your pain into precision, your silence into strategy, your wounds into wisdom. The more they hid, the more God revealed. The more they withheld, the more heaven downloaded. You are not empty. You are overflowing with divine fire. And now that you've been refined, there's no going back. Let this truth settle in your bones. You are not here to chase what left you. You are not here to decode their secrets. You are here to embody the truth so powerfully that nothing hidden can remain in your presence. Your transparency is a weapon. Your integrity is warfare. Your authenticity is confrontation. You are the contradiction to their concealment, and you no longer need to explain yourself. They feel it. That's why they are uncomfortable. That's why their energy has shifted. That's why the room grows quiet when you speak. They recognize the authority, even if they don't honor it. They sense the fire, even if they tried to dismiss it. And deep down, they know you have become what they can no longer manipulate. Rise, beloved. Rise boldly. Rise clean. Rise free. The concealment they carried was never about your downfall. It was the womb of your awakening. And now that it's broken, you are stepping into the most empowered version of your destiny yet. Type I rise above IT in the comments if this confirms what heaven had been whispering to you. Blessing code 2288 is now igniting your spiritual elevation. This is not just a moment. This is a divine unlocking. The concealment, the silence, the delays, all of it was a setup. Not for your breakdown, but for your breakthrough. Not for your shame, but for your sharpening. Not to destroy you, but to usher you into the greatest spiritual release you've ever known. And now, Archangel Michael delivers this prophetic revelation from the throne of the Almighty. What was hidden from you is now rising for you. Yes, it's surfacing. It's manifesting. Not to haunt you, but to highlight you. Not to keep you bound, but to announce your release. This exposure isn't just about the other person. It's not just about what they withheld or what they feared revealing. It's not even just about the truth itself. No. This exposure is about your elevation. What they concealed unknowingly activated a heavenly protocol to launch you into the next realm of your calling. The tension you've been feeling is the womb of your transition. The secrets they buried were never hidden from heaven. God saw every whisper. He heard every delay. He recorded every moment you felt confused, forgotten, dismissed. And now heaven says, it is time. This is not punishment. This is positioning. This is not rejection. This is redirection. Because the one who walks in alignment cannot be held captive by someone else's resistance. What they kept locked was not just information. It was connected to your inheritance. What they refused to share was not just detail. It was divine code. And now, because they withheld it, heaven has rerouted it. You will receive without their cooperation. You will rise without their permission. You will inherit without their participation. Because your destiny is not dependent on their honesty. It is anchored in God's sovereignty. Archangel Michael now confirms it. Your name is known above. Heaven has whispered your name into rooms of divine planning. Angels have been assigned to you by name, not by chance. Your journey is not random. It is written. It is recorded. And this current season is the page-turning moment that brings the next chapter into view. You are no longer in delay. You are in divine acceleration. Let this settle into your bones. The concealment was necessary. The silence served a purpose. Heaven used their denial to develop your discernment. Heaven allowed their hesitation to awaken your hunger. And now that hunger is attracting divine release, you are no longer waiting for man. You are receiving from God. What's surfacing right now is the final layer of obstruction. Their secrecy has put heaven's timeline forward, and even if they don't speak it aloud, even if they still try to hold on, their energy is unraveling. Their spiritual gate is buckling under the weight of divine pressure. The truth is rising, not because they're ready, but because heaven has decided you are ready. This is your moment of unlocking. What was closed is now opening. What was delayed is now deployed. And you, beloved, are standing at the threshold of supernatural access. Don't just watch it, walk into it. Don't just admire it, activate it. Declare over your life, this is my time. This is my unlocking. What was hidden is now mine to hold. You are no longer asking for validation. You are no longer questioning your discernment. You are no longer wondering if you imagined it. You were not crazy. You were not wrong. Your spirit picked up what your ears couldn't hear, and now the proof is surfacing. The hidden is becoming visible, and what's visible is becoming vocal. God is confirming publicly what you perceived privately. So brace yourself. The next few days are not ordinary. They are divine windows of movement. What seems stalled will begin to shift. What seemed dead will stir. You will feel it in conversations. You will see it in the eyes of others. You will sense it in dreams. You will hear it in the tone behind their words. Because heaven is speaking loudly now. The atmosphere is charged. The veil is thinning. And the Spirit says clearly, get ready, what's surfacing is your next level. Don't be distracted by emotion. Don't be entangled in old stories. Keep your focus sharp. Keep your posture steady. What's coming is not just revelation, it's realignment. And with this realignment comes spiritual promotion, supernatural authority, and favor you didn't ask for, but were born to walk in. Let the old fall away. Let the lies shatter. Let the resistance dissolve. Because the season has shifted, and the Spirit has spoken, you are being pulled upward by prophetic fire. This is your announcement in the realm of the Spirit. This is the rising. This is the return. This is the release. If this message resonates with you, and you feel led to sow into what God is doing, consider giving a super thanks today, with contributions of up to $20. Your support helps us continue creating these powerful, Spirit-led messages that impact lives across the world. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating via PayPal using the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. And don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive spiritual content, prophetic teachings, and timely revelations sent directly to empower your walk in faith. Type "My Unlocking is Now" in the comments if your spirit receives this. Blessing code 9990 is surrounding your next season with confirmation and clarity. Declare it now. I rise in truth. I step into light. These are not just words. They are spiritual activation keys. Your voice is not merely sound. Your words are not just vibrations. Your mouth is an instrument of divine command, and heaven will not move where your voice remains silent. Speak. Decree. Announce what the enemy hoped you'd never believe. You are no longer hidden. You are being launched. This is your moment, not to react emotionally, but to rise spiritually. Heaven has already shifted your placement in the spirit realm. You are not waiting for alignment. You are living in it. And now, the only thing left is for your declaration to meet your destiny. The moment you release the words, you ignite the fire. The moment you claim the truth, you step into the frequency of what was once withheld. For too long, your obedience has been private. Your pain has been sacred. Your growth has been hidden. But now, heaven says it must become visible. There is power inside you that is no longer waiting for permission. There is revelation inside you that must now be voiced. You are not just receiving prophetic instruction. You are becoming prophetic influence. The truth they tried to bury was the same truth God used to build your platform. The delay was not denial, it was development. You were being sharpened, tested, pressed, refined, but never forgotten. And now, the Spirit of the Lord has passed the scroll to your hand, not just to read, not just to know, but to declare. The season has arrived where your voice becomes the sword. Speak what heaven has already confirmed. Declare what God already whispered. Do not allow fear to silence your destiny. What you say now activates what you carry. The keys are in your mouth. The fire is in your lungs. The prophecy is in your tone. You've been pre-approved for spiritual impact. Not by man. Not by system. Not by title. By God Himself. Heaven has already marked you for release. And now, you must match that release with your own movement. The truth is no longer enough. It must be spoken. The enemy does not fear knowledge. He fears declaration. Because once you speak, you shift atmospheres. Once you speak, angels are loosed. Once you speak, the strongholds break. And once you speak, you become unshakable. Type YES in agreement, because your alignment is now waiting for your activation. Every lie they hid is now becoming your launchpad. Every delay they caused is now fueling your forward motion. Every manipulation they operated in is now testimony of your discernment and your restraint. You did not retaliate, and heaven honors that. You did not rush, and heaven records that. And now heaven responds, not just with insight, but with inheritance. Let this settle. The same deception they tried to use to control you is now being reversed to crown you. Your destiny is not something you chase. It is something you release. It's in your breath. It's in your steps. It's in your stillness. And now, the Spirit says, let there be a release from within. No more hiding your authority. No more drinking bath. No more questioning if you're ready. You are ready. You are ready to speak. You are ready to walk. You are ready to shine. You are ready to confront with truth, not accusation, but authority. You don't need to point fingers. You need only speak what heaven has revealed. Because the weight of God is already behind your voice. The angels are already assigned to carry your words into the atmosphere. Chains will break. Confusion will scatter. Truth will rise. Let your past remind you, but let your present empower you. The pain was never random. The pressure was never in vain. It prepared you for this divine emergence. Every breakdown you survived was a spiritual setup for your breakthrough. And now the oil flows freely. The fire burns brighter. The vision has become clear. Heaven is watching. Hell is trembling. Earth is groaning. And the Spirit is saying, speak, chosen one. Speak and release what I've placed within you. This is not the time to be soft-spoken. This is not the hour to doubt yourself. This is the hour to be bold as a lion, sharp as a sword, steady as a prophet. You are stepping into public revelation of a private calling. You are rising in full view of those who thought you'd stay quiet. You are being crowned with truth, anointed with fire, clothed with clarity. What was once hidden in silence is now thundering through your voice. Your destiny hath been activated, not by man, not by chance, by divine command. Let your mouth speak what your spirit knows. Let your voice catch up to your vision. Let your faith echo in every word you release. Because now, it is your time, and no one can stop what God has already released into motion. Type "I am" activated in the comments if this word confirms your launch. Lesson code 1441 is releasing divine velocity over your assignment. There are conversations happening right now that your ears cannot hear, yet your spirit is sensing them with holy intensity. There is a silent exchange in the spirit realm, a divine transaction between realms, and your name is written into the negotiation. Archangel Michael is standing before the courts of heaven, interceding on your behalf. The words are not being spoken with human language, yet their power reverberates through time and eternity. What they tried to withhold from you is now being discussed by angelic forces. What they tried to bury is now being resurrected before the throne of justice. And heaven is responding. Right now, in the unseen, there is movement. Papers are being signed in the spirit. Chains are being severed. Contracts made in secrecy are being revoked. Curses spoken in darkness are being reversed. You are not even in the room, but your faith has entered the courtroom. Your silence has become a key. Your purity has unlocked a protocol. And God is whispering to the angelic host, it is time to return what was stolen. Yes, it's coming back, not just as it was but multiplied. What they tried to hold from you is being sent back with fire and force. What they denied you will return pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Because when heaven restores, it does not do it halfway. When God reverses injustice, He doesn't just give back the same measure. He releases overflowing recompense. And it is already in motion. You've been sensing it, haven't you? That strange stillness, a deep awareness, that quiet knowing that something has shifted. You couldn't explain it. You didn't hear anything, but your body felt it. Your dreams shifted. Your rest deepened. Your tears dried up faster. That wasn't coincidence. It was the echo of divine exchange. It was heaven's confirmation that spiritual business was being conducted on your behalf. You were never overlooked. Even in silence, God was keeping detailed record. While others were calculating how to keep you from knowing, the Holy Spirit was counting every seed, every tear, every moment of restraint. Every injustice written against you was recorded. And now the books are being opened. And the Spirit says, their silence cannot stop your restoration. Your withholding cannot block your reward. This is not about vengeance. This is about vindication. This is not about gossip. This is about governance in the spirit realm. You are being vindicated, not just before people, but before principalities. There is a divine court, and you are being declared innocent of every false narrative, every manipulated situation, every spiritual delay caused by their concealment. And the sentence is clear: release, reward, return. Your role in this hour is not to force what is already unfolding. Your role is to stay in position, to remain sensitive, to stay quiet unless heaven commands you to speak. Because when angels move, they don't need human intervention. They need spiritual cooperation. This exchange is not powered by your hands. It's powered by your posture. While you sleep, heaven speaks. While you weep, heaven writes. You've said so little in the natural, and yet your spirit has spoken volumes. Heaven understood your silence. Heaven interpreted your tears. Heaven decoded your sighs and your stillness. And now the angels move in response. Even now, as you hear this, angels are on assignment. You won't need to chase what's already chasing you. You won't need to confront what's already collapsing. You only need to receive. Receive what's being returned. Receive what's being restored. Receive what's being rewritten. Because the version of you that was delayed by their silence is no longer in waiting. The version of you that was suppressed by their secrets is now being released. And this version carries new favor. This version walks in new wisdom. This version is marked with divine elevation and spiritual sharpness. There is an invisible shift, but soon he will show. You will walk into rooms that once resisted you and find they've been restructured for your arrival. You will receive confirmations from places you never expected. You will feel lightness where there was once spiritual weight. Because heaven has already done the lifting. The transfer is complete. The exchange is in effect. Now you simply wait for the manifestation in the natural. And when it comes, don't be surprised if it looks nothing like what you expected. The blessing won't be handed to you the way you thought. It will come through new doors, new voices, new platforms, because the old systems are being dismantled. What they tried to block will now bypass them completely. The blessing no longer needs their agreement. It has heaven's seal. This is a holy moment, a divine hush, a spiritual exchange that carries the power to shift the rest of your year. So rest in it. Breathe in it. Trust it. You are not just hoping anymore. You are harvesting. The exchange has already been completed in the realm of the Spirit. And now, beloved, you shall see it. Type "I receive the exchange" in the comments if this confirms what you've been feeling in your spirit. Blessing code 0707 is now finalizing heavenly transactions on your behalf. Now comes the turning. Now comes the great divine reversal. Heaven has waited. Angels have been dispatched. The scroll has been unsealed. And now the Lion of Judah rises with holy vengeance, not out of rage but out of righteousness. This is not about revenge. This is about justice. Justice so pure, so precise, that every hidden lie, every twisted narrative, every spiritual delay caused by concealment will now be brought into alignment by the fire of God's holy hand. What they concealed will return to them tenfold. Not as a curse, but as a mirror. For everything hidden will be revealed, and everything manipulated will be untangled in the open. Heaven does not avenge like man. Heaven restores by divine balance. And now the scales have tipped. The weight of their silence has caused a breach in the spiritual atmosphere, and the Lord has said, "Enough." What they tried to avoid has now become their confrontation. What they refused to speak is now echoing around them, louder than their resistance. This is divine order coming back into motion. The very thing they feared, the exposure of the truth, is the exact thing that will set you free and sanctify your future. But more than that, it will reveal to them what you already knew, that heaven was watching the entire time. Nothing was missed. Not a word. Not a moment. Not a motive. It was all seen. And now, it will all be reversed. But hear this clearly. This is not the kind of reversal that humiliates. This is not about destruction. This is the type of reversal that restores dignity to the obedient and removes deception from the atmosphere. The kind of reversal that shifts power from the deceiver to the discerned. The kind that flips the outcome from delay to destiny. You are not being avenged with wrath. You are being vindicated with glory. What was once held back is now flooding in. What was once blocked is now flowing freely. What they tried to restrict has now been rerouted by God Himself. Favor flows where truth is no longer blocked. And you, beloved, are standing beneath an open heaven. You feel it. That weight lifting from your shoulders. That calm pressing into your chest. that unexpected wave of peace replacing anxiety. It is the evidence of divine balance returning to your life. Your surrender is what activated this, not your striving, not your manipulation, but your choice to stay low, to stay silent. It trusts the unseen process of God. And now heaven rewards that posture with power. Heaven answers with justice. Heaven says, "You stayed in position, and now I will pour out." There is a restoration coming to you that no man can deny. No lie can cancel it. No silence can hide it. The Spirit of the Lord has declared over you, "This one is mine, and I will make it known." You don't have to fight. You don't have to shout. The reversal is already in effect. You will watch as heaven reroutes everything that was meant to harm you into a platform for your blessing. Even now, someone is experiencing the discomfort of conviction. Someone is feeling the heat of what they tried to avoid. And it's not because you said anything. It's because the Spirit will not let them rest until the truth comes forth. It's divine reversal. Not your voice, but His presence. Not your pressure, but His timing. And when the truth surfaces, it will be undeniable. Not a whisper, but a trumpet in the realm of the Spirit. God is not just restoring your peace. He's restoring your position. They tried to bury your influence beneath confusion. But now that clarity has come, you're not just walking back into authority, you're walking into upgrade. You are rising with weight in your voice, fire in your words, heaven in your breath. You are stepping into what was always yours, but now, without interference. They had their chance. They had their time. They were in your life, close to your purpose, near your anointing. And yet they chose to hide. They chose silence. And because of that, heaven chose reassignment. God is pulling from their hands what they refused to steward and placing it into yours. This is not rejection. This is reclamation. You are reclaiming what was tied up in spiritual knots. What was once lost is returning. What was once unclear is now precise. And your reward is not simply peace. It is prophetic positioning. You are being placed in a seat of authority because you did not disqualify yourself with pettiness. You remained faithful, and now justice has come for you. Archangel Michael now stands with his sword no longer guarding, but declaring over your life, your path, your spirit. Let what was stolen be restored. Let what was delayed be delivered. Let what was concealed be corrected. Let the one who waited receive the fullness. Let it be known. You did not miss your moment. This was all part of the divine setup. And now that the judgment has been rendered in the spirit, the fruit will manifest in the natural. Be ready. Your hands are about to hold what you once could only see in prayer. If this word resonates with you and has spoken into your spirit, consider giving a super thanks of $5, $10, or even $20 to support this prophetic ministry. Your gifts empower us to continue producing spirit-led, high-impact content that reaches and delivers. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating via PayPal using the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. And don't forget to subscribe for more divine insights, powerful prophetic content, and spirit-guided messages made just for your season. Type divine justice is mine in the comments if this word is for you. Blessing code 3030 is restoring everything that was ever delayed. You are sealed. You are seen. You are spiritually awakened now. What once clouded your vision has lifted. What once weighed on your heart hath been lifted. What once whispered lies in silence has been overturned by the thunder of heaven's truth. You are not broken. You are built. You are not forsaken. You are favored. You are not confused. You are clarified by the Spirit of God. This message, this journey, this revelation, it was for you. Archangel Michael stood near as you listened, as your spirit burned with recognition, as your eyes watered without knowing why. It's because your soul has been activated. You've stepped into alignment. You've crossed the threshold from weariness into witnessing. The veil has been torn back, not just in the heavens, but in your own understanding. What once felt hidden now stands exposed before the fire of divine insight. Heaven has spoken, now stand in divine clarity. What is surfacing around you is no longer a threat. It is an announcement. It is a signal that you are stepping into territory you were always destined to walk in. And every shadow that tried to convince you otherwise is now being consumed by light. But surfacing is not chaos, it's confirmation. You were chosen for this hour, not because you are perfect, but because you are positioned. Heaven saw you. Heaven preserved you. And now heaven is presenting you, not to the world, but to the calling, a mantle, a mission. You've walked through fire without losing your worship. You stood in silence without losing your strength. And now, you are being called forth. Archangel Michael covers you now in celestial fire, not to burn you but to shield you, not to blind you but to light your path. His wings are a banner over your home. His sword is a line between you and anything sent to distract, delay, or dismantle your assignment. You are covered, not in shadows but in glory. So lift your head. Walk in confidence. You've done the waiting. You've endured the silence. You've passed the test. Now, it is time to embrace the release. You're not at the end. You're at the elevation. Say it now with boldness. I accept. I align. I rise. I reign. Let those words become your atmosphere. Let them be the drumbeat of your movement. Let them carry you from this moment into the manifestation. This wasn't just a message. It was a spiritual summons. What was hidden has been revealed. What was silent hath been spoken. What was concealed has surfaced, for your clarity, for your calling, and for your crowning. Rest in knowing, it's surfacing now, for your elevation. You've been called for this hour. Now walk boldly. Type "I am ready to reign" in the comments if this final affirmation seals the word in your spirit. Blessing code 1717 is now releasing supernatural grace over your new season.